We're trying to give the Everton fans a bit of hope here. Something to look forward to, Sam. That didn't sound too positive, did it?
Oh, well, on the basis of that, and I mean, it has to be looked into properly, Ali, but it's a no-go, isn't it, really? I mean, it would get turned down by the Premier League surely on the fit and proper in terms of who's owning the football club and the troubles we've had in the past years, like I mean. So I was sitting here looking forward to talking to you about the takeover at Everton and what that might mean. But obviously, they need to look at that with a lot of scrutiny, I think, and of course make sure that financially it's right. I mean, you couldn't have had a better owner than Farhad Moshiri, to be fair. 600 million in since he took over, and unfortunately not gone in the right direction to take the football club. Great plans of building a new stadium, which is probably halfway built now, but he's probably had enough now. He's probably had a look at football and thought to himself, it is time for me to get out and let somebody else take the reins. But who that might be needs to be selected very, very, very carefully for the ongoing financial commitment that needs in Everton, not just in the team, but also in finishing off the stadium.
And training ground, probably. Sam, can you give us an in to who spent this money, 600 mil plus? Who spent it? Was it one of Mr. Moshiri's associates, or was it? It surely wasn't the coaches or managers.
Well, it was a number of different managers had a bit of a say, but obviously directors of football have been in there, and we all know, Alan, that director of football now is more responsible for the signing of players now than a manager or coaches. We're just first team coaches now. We're not managers anymore. So a number of those have been brought into the club, and obviously the right recruitment system has still not been put into place now, to the point where it's a struggle for Sean, because there is none of that money left now to invest in top quality players for Everton. And I think that the players that have been bought in the past have come and gone, and have been sold for. Some have been sold for a good profit, but most have cost the club money, you see, and that is why they're in the position they're in now.
Sam, is that one of the things that's completely changed in the game? For example, a manager would sit down with his coaching staff and his scouting staff and go and look at players and say, right, I want him, that's my man. Is that one of the things that would probably frustrate perhaps managers like yourself, that decision is taken out their hands?
Nearly gone, Ali, now.
Yeah.
I think you find it very, very difficult to be the man. I haven't been the man I was at Bolton since I left Bolton. So I was a little bit at Newcastle, but obviously that didn't last long enough. But after that, it's been more about the fact that you are the first team coach, and other people are in recruitment areas, scouting areas, analyst areas, directors of football, commercial directors, and more. I mean, you have a say still, but it's not what you really wanted. What you really wanted was, I want this guy, can you go and get him for me? Now it's more about, we've got this guy, this is what we can afford, here you go, you get on with it.
Well, is that not, Sam, is that not a little bit, that can't be right, effectively, that a manager's job, I'm thinking a manager's job is on the line, effectively, with somebody else's decisions.
But Tottenham have been like this for many years, Ali, haven't they? I mean, I think occasionally maybe they've allowed the manager a little more leeway than normal, like an Jose or somebody like that. But most of them at Tottenham have been coaches, and only coaches. And Daniel has his own massive setup in terms of recruitment systems, but that is critical to every football club. In terms
West Ham as well,
right.
Sam, I think. West Ham, they're a bit like that.
Yeah, so that is the way forward. I mean, the club has to be very good at picking and how to do it. I mean, when you've got Brighton exceeding everybody else, I mean, what they do at Brighton is just phenomenal. They would they'd make an average coach a great manager or a great coach because of the players they've got. So, and that's what happens. We will take a lot of credit ourselves for turning the team around and making them better. But some of the time when we get criticised, it's not you have to take the can, but what players have been brought in for you now, you can do little with in terms of the sort of quality that you need and the results that you need to get. But that's what, Everton's new era, need to get sorted out. And that's not a quick process.
No.
I mean, Everton have been trying to do it for many, many years. Chopping and changing is not the answer.
Yeah. Sam, last night, England, very, very good. Bellingham, an absolute revelation. Fantastic. But he wasn't the only one. England were great man for man. It was a friendly. Scotland were in good form, so we're disappointed. But the big talking point everyone wants to talk about now is Harry Maguire. Now, when that OG went in, I looked and I thought, oh no. I really felt from big style, by the way. What does he do now here? Two questions, really, Sam. What does Harry have to do? Has he got to leave Man United? And should Gareth have put him on?
Yes, he should have put him on. I mean, he still wants him to be. The support Gareth's given him fantastic, and then he's never let England down. And obviously it wasn't a mistake. He had to go for it, and it came off his foot and went into his own net. I mean, so he must have thought there's nothing. What more can happen to me? What's going to be down the next? Like, I mean, I bet he's frightened of getting out of bed this morning in case he falls over and injures himself.
Well, he's going to have to be strong, Sam, isn't he? He's going to have to be strong.
I think he is. I think by not leaving Manchester United this summer because he hasn't got the right place or he doesn't think it's the right place to go just yet, he's sort of hung fire, like I mean. But you don't become a bad player overnight.
No.
As you know, it's the manager doesn't fancy him, fine. So he needs to go somewhere else and find a new home and protect his England international career because in the end, Gareth will have to leave him out if he doesn't get games. But as in terms of the overall game, like I mean, I thought it was very, very entertaining, and I think perhaps Scotland made it a bit too entertaining. When I saw what Ukraine did to England, I thought Scotland might have approached it like that a bit more and made it very difficult for England to score and play on the break. But unfortunately, they didn't do that and paid the penalty. But brilliant performance from England.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.